President Trump releasing a new national security strategy focused on China being primarily a, quote, economic adversary. The Wall Street Journal writes about this strategy, saying that it is softer on Beijing than that of 8 years ago, and that it plays down ideological differences between the U.S. and China. The Journal writes this: the days of the U.S. propping up the entire world order like Atlas are over. China got rich and powerful and used its wealth and power to its considerable advantage. We will rebalance America's economic relationship with China, prioritizing reciprocity and fairness to restore American economic independence. The U.S. does not support any unilateral change to the status quo in the Taiwan Strait. We should aim to restore a military balance favorable to the United States and to our allies in the region, according to this U.S. national security strategy out of the White House. Joining me now is Gatestone Institute senior fellow Gordon Chang. Gordon, good to see you. Interesting to read through this national strategy and see the way the administration describes China. You saw what the Journal said. How would you assess it?
Well, the Journal is right in the sense that the national security strategy doesn't specifically name China as an adversary or an enemy. And that's a mistake, especially because the Communist Party has specifically named the U.S. as its enemy. And, you know, China's not the only threat, but it's the only threat that of great concern, because the other threats, Russia, Iran, North Korea, Venezuela, wouldn't be threats if they didn't have China's backing. But this is a great national security strategy nonetheless. And the reason is because China is mentioned indirectly throughout this document. And it's clear that the Trump administration is opposed to what China is doing. So, for instance, towards the end of this national security strategy, there's a paragraph that says, look, there's a hostile foreign power that's trying to close off the South China Sea or impose tolls. And both of those actions would be unacceptable, and we will not permit that. Well, the only power that fits that description is China. And there are many other examples throughout the national security strategy like that. So it's clear that the Trump administration has got the right strategy. It just won't name it in public.